Are you using your phone or computer?
Phone. My computer is like I have to like fix it. Ay,
On the fritz. It's on the fritz.
yeah, it's kind of old at this point because I haven't like I got it years ago. Like I'm talking like when I first came back to Bronx. So it's like you know now
Take your
that's not to go with the back computer. It's just when you don't maintain it, you know that's what makes it become old. I was trying to use my iPhone to it has a better video quality, but
take your time. Take your time.
the Zoom is not. No, I don't know if you're on a tight schedule or not, so I don't want to.
What? It's my day off today.
Oh, you too? Okay. Yeah. It's not every day you get. I get like. It's not every day I get like asked to be interviewed and stuff. It's been like it's been a while actually. The last time I got interviewed, it was about about like the uses of AI and shit. Like,
I
well,
understand.
I'm surprised I didn't get canceled for that though. Shit, I had a very like controversial take about it.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. Not a bad take, like oh, but like it was like I didn't like it. It was a fair question, So like when she was asking about how AI should be used and stuff, so I was like, all right, but somehow I like moved the conversation to politics because I told her like everything is politics, even like the point with the show with the AI. So I was like, you know,
It's starting to come, yeah, it's starting to become a thing. So, excuse me. I
yeah.
just I just woke up from a 30-minute nap, so I'm good.
See,
I was playing some Mario Kart to get me going too.
I see my fiance has Mario Kart and I just don't and we just don't play the shit. Like I have a Nintendo, I don't have the new Nintendo Switch, but I have the first one, and it's like we just don't. I just don't play games like that like I used to. I feel a
I
little bit
got
like
it.
I feel a little bit like a poser because I'll buy a game. I have like a whole shelf full of games for my PlayStation 4 and for my Nintendo Switch. I have games that have yet to be opened, and I bought them like 2 years ago.
Oh boy, you better get on it then. Take your time. You'll
It,
get
it,
to them when you
it's
get to
hard.
them.
Cosplaying has like taken up like 80% of my life. And then now I gotta move, so it's like, oh man.
Well, you'll get to it when you get to it. But how's your day going so far?
My day is great. I woke up. Um it's I would say it's okay, let me not overhype it. It was okay. I feel a little on the heavy side. I feel bloated. I've been eating like a lot of McDonald's, but not because like oh like I'm being lazy. It's just because when you're tight on cash, and then I have the app, so you say like I can get like a meal for like $6.
Hmm.
So it's like I've been going there recently a lot, and like it's right next to it's. I work in a hospital, so it's right there in my job. So it's like, and I haven't been training either. And and even though I wasn't supposed to really be fighting after the surgeries, but I was went to the martial arts ring, got my ass kicked. I'm gonna get my head back though. So don't worry about it. But
Yes.
man, this new girl that I freaking she just ah she likes putting the animosity of God in me.
Well,
After
it comes with a job, right?
all this conversation,
Yeah, it comes with a job, don't it?
it does. It's
Okay.
just like not the strongest in the world, but damn, like I'm not one that goes down so easily. Well, to be fair, I didn't go down easily. She's like she had some new techniques I've never seen before.
Okay, okay, sweet.
You know how like in Beyblade or like in Yu-Gi-Oh, they have their own meta of like when you play the game, there's like like a meta game and then there's like an Edison format.
Hmm.
Martial arts has its own meta too. Like believe it or not, like there's just one move that they want to ban it, where you lay on your back It's the weirdest thing ever. And you go like this with your legs, like because if you grab the person, that's it. They're screwed. It's like think of it like if I had to compare it, think of it like a simple domain.
Okay, I got you. I
Or
got you.
like in JJK, so it's like, oh wow, that's like wow, I can see why that's really because I actually got for the first time I actually got caught in it. I could not move.
Wow, that's
I was like,
interesting.
wow, yo, what the fuck? Ah, I remember today she was crazy.
I got you.
Well, hopefully I'll get back. So yeah, I feel a little bloated right now because it's like I ate like so much like unhealthy food and have not hit the gym or at least even hit the gym at least.
Oh, to be honest, you look great today.
I know it's just like I said, I feel bloated. Like that's why I keep going like this with my stomach because I'm just like, no,
I
got no
understand.
food.
I understand. So, well, if the small talk is over, I guess we can go ahead and get this thing underway, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
So, happy Wednesday, everybody! And this is still the first week of Pride Month, so happy Pride Month here. So, I have a special guest with me today. This is Phil, host of the Conversation Podcast, and introduce yourself. Who's Emma Banegas I'm speaking to today?
Okay, I'm Emma. I'm a cosplayer from New York. On IG, I go by thesuccubusgxdragon. I also have a Twitter. Uh, and it's also this. I think it's Emma Banegas, I believe. I gotta check. I gotta check my Twitter. I refuse to call it X, but yeah. How's everyone doing?
It's great. It's great. Nice to have you here today. Again, nice to be able to talk to you.
Thank you.
So, now before we get started, let's start with a little bit of an icebreaker. So, I got one question for you. Now, what's one place that you want to travel to, but you haven't had a chance to go to yet?
Oh, that's easy. Japan. I
Everybody's
don't
trying to
think
go there
yeah,
these
I
days.
didn't have to think about it. I didn't- like all my friends have gone to Japan but me, but it's like money is like so crazy tight.
Mm.
But
Well,
it's like
they're saying it's like it's a lot cheaper to go now.
yeah, you know what it is? I'm moving, and then on top of that, I got to finish paying off all these credit card bills, which I'm almost done, but I'm not there yet. So it's
Mm.
like I want to be debt free before I like even when I went to Atlanta, I came back and I had almost nothing to my name. It was like thankfully I had cash when I came back from Atlanta. So I leave
Mm.
whenever I go far, like where I have to take a plane. I leave cash here in New York, or like maybe I'll put it like in a prepaid debit card.
Hmm.
So when I come back, I have something.
Wow. Okay.
So that way, just in case you don't stay perma broke until you get your next paycheck. So a new trick that I do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Take your time. You'll be able to, you'll be able to get there, just take one step at a time. Listen, I'm trying to go there for my birthday this September, if I can. So, because I already got a few things going on this summer. I'm actually going to another convention at the end of this month. I think it's called Bold Missouri in Florida.
But
Yes.
sounds interesting. I hear there's a lot of good cons in Florida. I'm afraid to go to Florida or check this
Yeah, I
because
understand.
of me being trans. So it's like
Mm.
like I was
And
like I told you that, right? I
yeah, you
remember
told me.
telling you. Yeah, I invited out there, but I was like, no, thank you though.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm also trying to go to. I think I just booked a flight to North Carolina. I'm seeing my sister in next month in July, which because they're also having Galaxy Con up there too. I just signed up for a media pass.
Yeah, I hope you get it. Oh, that sounds awesome. I
Hope
keep
so
hearing good things.
too.
I keep hearing good things about Galaxy Comet. It's like,
Yeah, they canceled one in my hometown out in Savannah. I just don't know why they did that because lately what I've been hearing, the district management kind of being a jerk right now. So I don't know what's going on, but I think it might be the end of an era for me here in Savannah. I got to start going to conventions like outside state. Maybe just keep going to like stuff in Atlanta. I could do
that's
that.
that, that's. I said the same thing to myself. I'm like, yo, I love New York cons, but like, and like, I started traveling to like Connecticut, to Katsu. I heard Game Magfest is way better. Like I believe it because I've saw my friends' stories. You know, haven't even been there, and I already know it's better than Katsu. And even though I still like Katsu, it's a controversial take because a lot of people hate Katsu. Um, but once you travel to cons outside of New York, you're like, wow, these cons are not that crazy. Like the biggest thing in the world, like they hype them up to be. Like that's why I'm not even feeling bad about missing New York Comic Con or Brooklyn Comic Con this year because like I've gone to cons outside of the state, even in New Jersey. Their cons are better. It's like, yeah, I should travel more. Although
Yeah.
if I travel by plane, like in terms of buying like merch, I can't buy too much because it's like unless I bring
There's
like
not a
a
lot of room to put on the
not only
airplane.
that, but like because I believe it or not, when I went to a MomoCon, I did not know this. There's a weight limit. I thought they just like make sure that like you don't got like weapons and stuff or illegal
Uh,
stuff. And it's like,
no,
oh
it's
no, there's
more than that.
the weight scale. You know, then you need my passport. I forgot my passport expired, and the ID wasn't usable because it's a non-driver's. So I had to pay a
Right.
$45 fee. Like just before I had even got on the plane, I had to spend like 300 something altogether, like on like cargo and like, and I'm like, between me and my fiance, I was like, this shit's crazy, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's the trick. There's a few guests I want to go there, but there was a guy at the store who gave me a little tip. If you want to bring some of the place, take the figure out the box and just fold the box and put it in the suitcase.
see, you could do that, but then you run the risk of breaking it unless you wrap it up. Well, I'll give it a try because it's like the only thing I bought from MomoCon was like a new prop firearm because dumb cosplayer. I wouldn't really call her a friend. She's an acquaintance. Broke the other one I had,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hella upset. And then I literally bought a little wing Karibo from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX for my skits. I
Mm.
ran at gunning speed. Like I was in Momocon going like looking for the store that had the wing Karibo, and I found them, and I'm like, oh, there you are. And I started making content with it. And it was like, the whole gimmick was, oh, I stole this from Jaden because to be fair, I won it officially in a duel. I even had a Jaden cosplayer. He was like, because they, a lot, it wasn't just me. A lot of people that cosplay Yu-Gi-Oh! Missed the meetup. It wasn't just me. I was like, oh, nice. Okay, so it's not just me. Like, there was a Chaz. I still have the photos of that. There was a Chaz. There was a Seto Kaiba. Then I did content with the Jaden cosplayer. Like there was a Yugi, like just everybody. And apparently I was like one of the only few people that did Alexis. I'm like, she's a very, very underrated character. It's crazy.
There you
Although
go.
I get it because like not many people like ritual monsters. Like her deck is very like not like we were talking about earlier, like meta. It's not meta format, but it's like there are cards that use rituals that's very meta. I
Hmm.
remember I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and I got swamped by a ritual. I forgot which archetype it was though, but like they just kept like special summoning all over the place on my turn, and I'm like, wow, this is so annoying.
Mm. I understand. Oh,
Yeah,
shoot. Well, hopefully you'll be able to get to those places. I'm rooting for you.
thank you. I mean I'm definitely going back to Atlanta for AWA. Like I loved MomoCon so much. I was like, yeah, we got to come back here. I'm not even gonna wait till next year. We're coming back here. This like I haven't even uploaded like. Well, actually, I did. I uploaded a video of like Alexis getting ready to battle at Waffle House. I just gotta upload the photo set that I took. That's
Okay.
my first time going to Waffle House. I liked it. It took it
Gotcha.
forever to cook the food though, but I liked it.
All right. Well, shoot. Well, now that the ice is broken, I guess we can go into the main event here. So I have over 20 questions, but I'm also going to put these in maybe like two-part questions for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So Let's start with this first two-part question, okay? Now, for people just discovering you, who is Emma beyond the username, the Succubus GX Dragon? Part two, where did that name come from? It's definitely unique, and what's the story behind it?
So I have the so okay. So let's. I'm glad you asked that. So it's like there's a lot of lore just to that name alone. First of all, it was actually TS before it was GX. But the reason why I had to change it was because I was shadow banned, and I think I'm still shadow banned on Instagram because they
Mm,
were like it's an inappropriate name.
mm,
So I switched it to GX, like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I'm like, wow. Once I switched it to GX, they instantly lifted, or so I thought, they lifted the shadow ban, and I'm like, wow, Instagram, y'all so transphobic. It's crazy. Like, wow, y'all be hitting on people like me, but whatever. Um, TikTok's no better. God, I miss my TikTok. I wish I was still on TikTok before Palantir took over. Um, so I've liked dragons since I was like a little tiny little like this tall. And like dragons are like I've always had like a fascination with dragons. Like even like in any like game I play, whether it be Yu-Gi-Oh, Beyblades, dragons are like my favorite archetype. In most mediums. I even have like a Garatina. My first legendary Pokemon I ever caught was a dragon. It was Giratina, which he's somewhere around here. Um there's so I found out years later in zodiac signs, I have the year of the mouse. Mouses love dragons. Think of like a mouse with like royal armor riding
right?
a dragon like we like that would be me. And it's like, oh, like at first I was like, damn, it kind of did me dirty by giving me the year of the mouse. But then when you actually read the mouse, like what it's allies with, and it's like, oh wait, no, I take it back. That explains a lot actually, because I do like I mess with dragons a lot. Um, back I've gone by many names over the years through each time point in my life. I used to be called the E-Dragoon because I won the championship in the Beyblade championship in my school. Then, and also because I won the Yu-Gi-Oh championship in my duel. That's when I got the Horse Dragon as a prize. Um, I still have that card actually, my Yu-Gi-Oh binder. Um, then like my name would transition like to Dragon something. Um, Even in like metal, although in Metal Masters I like got smoked, so it's like, you know, but it's like, and then in the Bronx, like before I became a cosplayer, I was known as like, and this was also before I transitioned, as the Dragon King. But because I haven't been doing field work in a long time, they think I'm a myth now. Like, oh yeah, shit, like that's just the Dragon King. That's not real. There's no like person like that riding around on a bike, on an electric bike, like around the Bronx. That's just to scare people. And it's like, no, I'm real. It's just I have a career job now, and like also I'm an influencer. So it's like, I can't be doing certain stuff that I do back in the day and that I'm doing now because it's like I have to be very careful because I have a platform now, and it's like, oh no, but I'm real. I'm still here, just a bit more quieter now. But yeah, that's where the name came from because I am known as the Dragon Girl, Dragon Warrior, Dragon or Dragon Queen now. Then there was a Dragon Rider because of the bike, E-Dragoon, and then now the Succubus TS Dragon, and then we got Shadowband, switched to the Succubus GX Dragon. And also the final thing I'll say is the Succubus part is because I like to tell people I'm a demon. And they was like, wow, really? And like, cause you're so nice. I know. I could be the sister to Asta, like Libe. Libe is Asta's brother in Black Clover because like for a demon, I suck at my job. I could because I'm almost considered an angel, or I can make my own panty and stocking spin-off series. Because like for a demon, I act like an angel, in contrast to the demons that follow all the rules when they're not supposed to.
Wow, that's a lot of context. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen so many cosplayers, you know.
when you want to hear my origin story, strap in. You got time because there's a lot. I can make my own anime series. Like, oh man, I was not kidding about that.
I got you. Yeah, I see so many cosplayers do a lot of stuff. They come up with all these crazy names, but they got to make sure they make sense and have like the context behind it. You know, if you want people to check you out, you got to have a good name. Like I've seen so many people, and don't forget, I've also if you've seen some of my other posts, I have interviewed a few spicy creators as well. And there was a few, there's this one that I interviewed back in season one of this thing. Her name is Azora X. She's very sweet, even though she does a lot of offline stuff, she is a very sweet person. Her name Azora stands for blue skies in Japanese. It's really cool.
Yeah, it really is cool. Holy crap, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so yeah, and as you as a Jack, like you're into animation, you want to feel like you got this demonic style that you're going for fans to be like, okay, so I like the style she's going for. That's why she calls it this name. And Instagram is getting social media and stuff, it's getting kind of sensitive these days because of the latest climate of what's going on. It's
Yeah,
just
I remember we had this conversation. Oh man, with everything going on in
yes.
the world. Oh man,
Yes, and to be honest, and I'll also say this, like you guys doing all this cosplay content, I will say it's not an easy job for you.
like
It's
that
like you have to
takes up
constantly
80% of my
come up with
time.
ideas.
It takes up 80% of my time. It eats a lot of my check when I get paid. Like even today, when I get paid, like around 6, I gotta buy a cosplay for this and use my Prime membership for this weekend.
Oh man, what's going
Yeah,
on
and
this weekend?
I there's at 25 Studios a JJK event that I got invited to. Um,
Wow.
yeah, like I became friends with because I like to record um like make vlogs like oh party recap or con recap and then like I did a recap for their Miku event and they loved it and they actually did pretty well. Um even though the reach could have gotten a little bit better, it's I want to say like 20,000 views, 700 likes. I
Mm,
didn't do it. But and I was like, oh no, I love making memories. I like it, like I'm in it for the love of the game. I'm not in it for like money and stuff. I told her the story, like a very
mm,
heartbreaking story. I've always wanted to go to a Miku rave, but I either don't have the money for it at the time when the Miku Expo happens, or I'm working that day.
mm,
So it's like, and so I told her like I like when people like you like make like uh a Miku rave or a Miku event because then I get to go even though it's not an official Miku event, but it's like um Hollow Dust did one that it actually even though it wasn't official, it felt kind of official. Like if you saw it, if you went there, like oh my god, like it was like really amazing. It was in Brooklyn. And then now there's another one coming up soon. Um I believe the 21st. I could be wrong. I'd have to check. But yeah. So that's why I'm buying cosplays today. And then also I'm gonna be in the Pride Parade and the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And I'm gonna buy the Puerto Rican machete from Maki.
okay.
Like
Shoot.
I have a Puerto Rican theme for Maki. Um, Also I forgot to mention since you brought up the spicy content, most people think because I do spicy content, that's why I came up with the name Succubus, the Succubus Dragon, and it's like, oh no, it's because I'm like a literal demon, but like that's what I am. I'm a succubus. I'm a succubus slash dragon, but it's not. It wasn't to like, oh, kind of like a little flirtatious name, and it's like, no, it just happens to be what I chose.
Right.
It own name explains a lot of my character. So
Hmm.
it's like because I also do spicy content, but because I do spicy content, they automatically assume that's why I came up with the name, and it's like,
But that's not the point of it.
yeah, that's not the reason why I did it. It just so happens that I chose that name and also do spicy content. But there's a whole other lore So why I chose that name.
Mhm. And I said this before to the previous ones, like Puff Puff Faye and Azor, like there's a stigma behind all that stuff. I didn't understand at first, or I understand at first, but now that I've done more research about it, you guys are just expressing yourselves.
I didn't get to tell you this the last time in the conversation we had, but it's like go to a Republican convention that they claim they hate trans and gay people, right? Open Grinder, watch how fast that apple crashed.
No.
I keep hearing reports about that, and I feel like being petty and going to like near or just near the convention and opening grind. Well, I'm banned on Grinder, but uh, and just to see if it would crash like they said it would.
Hmm.
Although kind of happy I'm banned on Grinder because it was getting kind of annoying.
What is this world coming to?
Chaos, plain and simple.
There's the
It's really kind of
answer.
yeah.
Well, shoot, but yeah, I think is I've seen some of your comments since you saw what I was doing this month. So yeah, it's really amazing stuff, and I should say keep doing it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've
So
had a lot of
don't
people.
don't stop.
I've
I
had a
don't
lot
want you
of
to
people.
stop. I don't want you to stop doing it now. To keep going.
Well, I'm not stopping. I've had people DM me like, "Oh, you're an inspiration. I love you. You're awesome. Don't stop making content." It's just I'm not. It's just lately Instagram, and I know what it is. It's like what we talked about last time when you have like these corporate billionaires in charge of like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and TikTok, especially Palantir. They're the worst in my opinion. Um, they lately I feel like my content has been suppressed, and like people like don't believe me, but it's like no, yeah, like it like because I used to get like in the thousands easy without having to boost my content, and now it's gotten to the point where like I have to rely on the boost button on my Instagram because it's like just, my content is just like it's not being shown, and that's what. And I checked my green, so I googled it actually yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. And I asked Google, hey, can you still be shadow banned even if all four check marks are green? It just flat out said yes, absolutely.
Mm,
And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, that explains a lot because I have to be shadow banned because my God, like the way my engagement has declined is insane. Like it declined hard, and I'm like, what the what happened? Why? Like what the hell?
Yeah, you got to research those things. Even if you know what they're saying is not 100% true, you still got to do the research.
I'm trying everything because I don't I like I because I have a platform and I have people that look up to me. I can't just outright quit, even though I have thought about it sometimes. Um, because like I have people that that like have DM me like, yo, you inspire me. Like, like I look up to you and I'm like, oh, wow. I forget the influence I have in this community. On both the LGBT, because I'm part of three communities: the cosplay community, the LGBT community, and the Latin community. Because I'm Puerto Rican.
Well, shoot, don't let that discourage you. You're going to do fine.
No, no, I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm just struggling. Is all.
We'll figure it out. If you ever need anything, I'm here too.
I appreciate it.
Sure
Well,
thing.
well, that I definitely could trust you after the other day. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that was a fun night.
yeah, it was. Let's get to this next two-part question because this goes hand in hand. So, now, what was your first introduction to cosplay or fandom culture? Part two. Do you remember the first time you posted content and thought, okay, this might actually go somewhere?
So it was the first time I posted okay, this is also like strap in because this is also like a really doozy story. I had this girl, this trans girl that I was like attracted to, but the problem was, this is how my brain works. If I'm with a guy, I have to like I have to be the submissive one. I can't be dominant. I don't mind, like but like if it's a girl, it has to at least be a switch, or I be like the one that's on top, if that makes sense. And so like when I'm so this girl I really like. The problem was she was not even a switch at least. So we were just friends, you know.
Hmm.
We just stayed friends. What had happened was she was going to, I believe it was Anime NYC, and she was like, "Hey, I can get us a ticket badge for like $60. Just sell me $60, and I will take you. I can take you with me to this con." I woke up the day of the con. I woke up hella late, like it was 2 p.m. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not making it to this con." Okay. She, she's calling me like, "Yo, what are you? Where are you? Come on, let's go." I'm like, "Oh, I figured the con be over." No, we still have time. Let's go. So I bought the ticket, and this was during COVID, mind you, because when you had to
Okay.
have that you know that card
Yeah,
to show
I
that you're
remember.
vaccinated.
Hmm.
Um, I got to the con, and they're like, "Oh, you need your COVID card, not just a badge." And I'm like, "Ah, damn, yep, this ain't happening because I don't got the card." So I was able to text what used to be my mom, my ex-mother. Um, hey, can you text me can you send me a picture of the COVID card? And she's like, "Yeah, sure, give me a second." Take a picture of it. I shit you not. The moment I stepped in the con, it felt like the world turned to color. Like before, everything was black and white, and it just turned to color. I like telling this story because it's like, uh, it's like it's really fun. But and I'm just like nostalgic because I'm like I'm seeing all my favorite characters just fucking walking side by side. I remember I went berserk when I saw Ryoku, and I'm just like going up to each cosplay, like, "Oh, taking a picture." Like, "Oh, look at the selfie." And I was like, my favorite picture will always be the one with Ryoku. Um, and then the next year I went to Anime NYC, I was like, "Yo, actually, I would love to try to cosplay Rem from ReZero, even though I never finished watching the series."
I guess you saw
So,
my interview with Ryan Bartley, right?
hmm?
You said Ram from ReZero. I'm guessing you saw my interview with
No,
Ryan Bartley, right?
Rem from ReZero. No, I have not. I've been out of it.
No, 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 no. Like you saw a clip on my Instagram page.
Oh yeah. I saw okay that clip I saw, yeah.
Yes, yeah, because I was figuring I knew she was going to say Ram from ReZero. I need to check if she saw that clip.
So what happened was I did Rem, and everybody like just they loved it. It was like the first Rem is the first cosplay I ever did. For some freaking reason, people think it was Makima because I did Makima right after. Like, no, it's Rem. It was Rem. It was Rem that was my first cosplay. I gotta fix that cosplay because my breasts got bigger and like so the straps. I need to elongate the straps so it can like go over the cups because it's like I've my body has shifted a lot since the last time I wore it. Like that's like a 5-year-old cosplay. So
Hmm.
what happened was I started posting content. Um, I woke up one day and it got like over like 500 likes, and I'm like, where the fuck did all y'all come from? Like, what? Hello, like, because like I'm like, like then I started researching it. Like, can people just like rant that you don't know just like your content? And I'm like, doesn't have that's if your account is private, but if it's public, which it is, if people run by it and the algorithm picks up on it, they can start liking it. Then
Mhm.
I started like I did it just for fun, just to see what it felt like, and I loved it. Then I kept on. Then I did Makima. Then I did Toga. Kept on. Then I met all of these other friends at Brooklyn Comic Con. Then I met um, especially Anime NYC. Then from there it grew, and from between, which is ironic because I would never go back to Brooklyn Comic Con. But I met everybody and I was like, oh, like then I started getting invited. Then I became friends with Kay. Then I started getting invited to like photo shoots and stuff, and I'm like, then like shows. That's how I integrate into like the cosplay life because it's like I used to feel like I was born in the wrong world. Like I was because I've been very alienated my entire life. Um, I felt like I was like I did not belong. And then the moment I went to Anime NYC, I was like, no, don't take me out this world. I was wrong. I can admit when I was wrong. I want to stay here. There's so much shit I want to do. No, no, let me stay. I don't. I for I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't pay me no mind. Um, and yeah, then started traveling to cons outside of New York. Like this Saturday, I'm going to New Jersey. I hope in personal opinion, I hope it does better than Brooklyn Comic Con. I'll put them
Well,
out.
shoot.
Put,
Sounds
put
like
them
you had a very great first experience. It sounds very exciting. When I went to my first con in 2018, I met Chris Sabat and Monica Rial. They were very sweet. This is right before when I was about to watch that new episode of Dragon Ball Super on that night. And that made me want to go to more conventions like that. And I've been to so many and met so many people.
out. I see. That's when I go to Undiscovered Realm Con. I'm gonna like. I want to meet the voice actor of Naruto. There's so many. Like I gotta actually. That's another thing later. I gotta buy. I gotta buy the photo ops because I want to meet some of the. I want to meet the some. There's a lot of actors. Undiscovered Realm Con is like.
Yes, there's a lot. There's like 300 plus of them right now in Los Angeles and
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh
Listen, when
man.
Rick, I don't know if you saw, but Rico Fajardo is coming to Bowman City in Florida. When he saw that, I said this will be my third year in a row meeting him. I met him in 2024 here in Savannah, met him in 2025, and he was in Savannah again. Now I'm about to meet him this year in Florida. He started following me on Instagram.
Oh, I love that feeling when you got people that big, like they follow. Like I casually get followed by people that like fucking huge. I'm not no like A-listers like celebrities, but like pretty like some voice. I've had some voice actors follow me, and I'm like, oh damn,
Well,
like damn,
well,
I didn't think I was that like. Yeah, I must have really enjoyed that conversation because damn, you actually went as far as to follow me back. Holy crap!
well, both of us had to put in the work first to be recognized. Like, shoot, do the work first. The rewards will come
Yeah,
later.
that is true. I do put a lot of like I learned a little bit of photography. I learned how to photo edit a little bit. I learned how to video edit. Um, not make my own cosplays, but I know how to edit them now. I know how to style wigs now. Um, and now I want to start building armored cosplays.
Hey, you're a person of many talents.
I am, I am in this community. Like you gotta kind of have to be.
It
Like
exactly.
I could break apart prop weapon and then make a brand new weapon out of it.
Okay. Well, shoot. Well, hey, keep that same energy, okay?
I plan to.
Sure. All right, we're out of that section now. Now we're in section two, the cosplay and creativity. Now, another two-part question. I'm just throwing you two-part questions out there. What's your process when choosing a character to cosplay? What draws you to them? Part two, do you feel like you become the character or are you adding your own personality to it?
Strap in. This because it's weird since I brought up Ryoku. Strap in.
I'm
Um.
in. I'm ready.
Okay. So I choose a character because like for example, I saw Ubel from Freeman, and I'm like, bro, this girl is so cunty. I love her. Like that's how I would act when I know I'm the shit. Like when I used to be doing field work, and I would like have to like deal with certain characters, and then they call me because they know I can handle business. It's like, yo, she's so cunty. Like I gotta cosplay this girl. I have yet to cosplay her yet, but I'm eventually do her because it's like, oh my god, like she's so like what's the word? I can see myself in her because like with the way she just has like I don't give a shit attitude. Like especially I can relate to her. I where luck is never on my side. Whenever I'm choosing a character, I see a little bit of myself in them. Um, a perfect example is Ryoku. So I went when I first saw Ryoku cosplayers, I would go berserk and I'd start like begging, not begging, but like if I could like pleading with them to get a picture because Whereas I went from that to now I am a Ryoku cosplayer. Um, Ryoku really people think I cosplay people like Ryoku um or Reze. Um, who else? A lot of or Toga because like they're very kawaii or cutesy or they like drop dead sexy is like part of the reason, but that's not the main reason. Um,
Right.
I, I don't know if you ever seen Kill La Kill, but when they explain like, oh yeah, it turns out Satsuki is your sister, and this other psycho evil bitch that hates both of you is also your sister. And and then the mother like does like some weird incest shit, like the it's the point of like their parents were evil, or and it was only the father that realized that yeah, I think we went a little too far with this. We should stop this because this is a little too crazy. um Ryoku was a failed experiment, a failed product. Whereas Suzuki and the other girl were like somewhat a success. And but even Suzuki was like, yeah, I still think this is like not right. I'm gonna like that's why she betrayed her and like stabbed her and would have killed her had it not been her for her healing factor. Um where and she threw her Ryoku down a dumpster chute and then her father went to go get her. Um And then the mother was like, "Oh, word, you betrayed me. All right, gonna have to kill you too. And worse, I'm gonna send your daughter to kill you too." Um, I like to tell people I have my own real life Kenjaku because like my father did the not literally but metaphorically did the same thing to me through me. I was the failed child, and I didn't meet my siblings until I was like, and I'm not talking about like my sister from my mother's side. I'm talking from my father's side. Redrick and Lucas. I did not meet them until I was 20. Then I found out from before my mother disowned me, um, that oh, your father had went through something similar, where your your dad had his dad do the same thing to him, where he didn't meet his siblings until he was an adult, and he was the unwanted child. Wait a minute, if that's the case, why would he do repeat the cycle of that? Doesn't make sense. Wait, what? So it's like it, that's why I have like a bent animosity towards him. Um, Calling my biological father over Lewis. I don't dare call him. Well, the reason why I'll say Lewis is because I have a friend named Lewis, and I don't want to confuse the two. Because I have a friend named Lewis. I call him the New York Goku because he's known for being cosplaying Goku. It's like how do I tell my younger self? Oh yeah, when you get older, you're gonna casually be friends with Goku. Um, so which was that, and he's a nice guy. But when I but like going back on topic, but yeah, like I relate to the character in the sense of like I've had evil parents. It used to be parents, but evil parents. I know what it feels like to feel like a misfit or I am the failed experiment. Like just recently I like was called a failure by one of my parents and I'm not gonna lie, that shit hurt. And so when I choose these characters, it's like I choose them because I relate to them on a deeper level, not just because like, oh yeah, like just hot, sexy, like show off my body cosplay. It's like no, this character I relate to them because I know that feeling of despite living in a world of injustice and or living or being the failed product or the unwanted child. I know what that feels like to still try to persevere in a very destructive world. Whereas like same thing like Toga. Like Toga, for example, like Toga freaking like she was born with that power. She can't help to act like a vampire and want to drink blood. She don't just wake up and go, I'm gonna I'm gonna be evil today and just drink the boy that I like's blood, and because I think that's normal. It's not her. She can't help it. It I don't want to get jump off topic, but it's the same people that keep calling My Hero Academia for PDF files because oh they're just sexualizing kids, and it's like oh because of the scene with Momo in season one, and I'm like I got into a big argument with somebody on the I'm not a girl that I'm not friends with anymore, but and there was another trans girl, and I'm like she cannot choose her power, and they explain why it's not like oh for sex appeal. They explain why it looks like that. She cannot. The clothes will rip if Momo conjures something bigger than herself. So it's not because like for horny guys that are watching it, like looking at an underage girl. No, she can't. She had when she made that giant blanket to I think it was to capture the villains, I think, or to go under it. She
Yeah,
had to
it's to
literally
protect them from the electricity with Dinky
yeah,
Kaminari.
exactly, yes. And it was like her clothes will rip if she makes something bigger than the size of her own body. She was born with that. You don't just go into the world and like, oh, like Pokemon, I'm gonna choose my Pokemon, what type of abilities it's gonna have, and I'm gonna train it. No, no, no. You don't you could train, you can choose how you use the power, but you can't choose the power itself. If you're born with ice powers, that's it. You can't switch it. You can't just.
Mm.
And people took that as, oh, that show is just for like horny PDF. I was like, no, you just toxic community AF. And same thing goes for Toga. That's why I like to cosplay Toga. Toga cannot, um, she could not control that her desire for blood. Also why I like Uraka. Uraka comes from poverty. I come from poverty. I know what that feels like. Um, so when I choose these characters, I there's a relation on a deeper level. Some character, especially like Adam Eve, because her if you ever watch the show, her parents are fucking disgusting.
Mm.
It's like horrible. Like I don't even know why she
Mm.
tries still bothers with them. Um, but same thing, and it's like these characters. Whenever I cosplay these characters, I see myself a little bit of myself in them. Like for example, Spider Gwen. She feels like a fuck up. She feels like she has to isolate herself. I feel like a fuck up like 80% of the time. And it's like but like her, I have to persevere and do the right thing because I have the ability to do the right thing. Um but that's what will go into like, oh, I'm gonna cosplay this character, or I'm gonna cosplay this character. Or Ellen Joe, for example. Yeah, I love the way she looks, but yeah, I sleep like if I had the ability to, I'd sleep like 80% of the day if I could. I am a very sleepy girl, especially with my hyperinsomnia. Um, but despite me coming off as lazy, I'm also a hard worker, just like Ellen Joe. And like if there's a job that needs to be done, I will go above and beyond for the task to make sure the task is complete, just like Ellen Joe. So whatever character I'm cosplaying as, there's only a few that I've cosplayed where it's like it was just for the aesthetic. Um, One of them was like Makima, but because I don't really relate to Makima, believe it or not, as much. I do relate to Ren, but mm, I guess one that I really don't relate to as much is damn, that's hard because I do relate to Maki too.
Take
There,
your
there's been
time.
there's been a few that I've just done it for the aesthetic, but most characters like Maki Nabora or even Supergirl, um, they I relate to them on a deeper level because I know what that feels like to be in poverty. I know what that feels like to have your parents tell you you're a failure. Um, like you failed at like nothing my dad I could have been like Ariana Grande. Gotta miss that face. And nothing will impress him. He that was the kind of that's the kind of person he is. He and so I know what that feels like to feel like a failure or feel like you're not good enough or again, not literally, but be thrown down a dumpster chute or not wanted or misunderstood or alienated or people just or people judging, and especially as of recently, people judging you without even getting to know you first. Anybody that
Right.
knows, they'll be like, "Hey, I love your energy. Yo, you're you shine like a star. Like I love your vibe. We gotta hang out again." Because those people know me. So when I tell them, like, "Yeah, I have a lot of ops. I'm not in the cosplay community, right? Yes, in the cosplay community. Why? Always one of two reasons. One, they're low key transphobic and they don't want to admit it because they know they'll get canceled. Or two, I didn't pass their vibe check. It's usually the first one, but sometimes it's the second one. I know there's this one girl that Sammy's friends with that I fucking just
Sam, you
I don't
talking
know
about
what the
Sammy's cosplays?
no, her name's Kiara.
Kiara?
She's a yeah, she's the dark magician girl that well, she'll give you her staff and then you can't lift it because there's like a weight in it. Yeah,
Okay.
her. Yeah, she has this friend that I don't know what the hell I did to her, but I avoid her every time I see her because, and then I hate to see, and that's another thing that I don't want, I want to save it just in case we touch on it later. I hate seeing evil people succeed. Like I've seen people that like don't deserve a platform and they're succeed, like they're just thriving, and and that's where the cosplays that I do, where like I have a strong sense of justice because like there's a lot of injustice. Some of it is me wanting revenge, but most of the time it's justice. Um, but yeah, that's why I cosplay some of the characters. There'll be some characters here and there that I cosplay just for the aesthetic, but then there's ones like Naruto that I relate to. I actually share the same birthday as Naruto. We were both born October 10th, 1996.
Mhm.
You could Google it too. I didn't. I guess maybe I'm not that much of a failed prodigy as much as I thought I was. If I share a birthday with him, because he
Hmm.
was a big like he was a troublemaker when not a troublemaker. He was an undesirable as a kid, and then he became Hokage, and that's what I'm trying to strive to do, like do better. But most of the time, if I do a character, it's because I relate to that character. There's a deeper meaning. It's not just, oh yeah, like to show my cleavage or to like maybe I'm promoting a new video I did on my spicy account. Or no, it's this character would be me if I was in their world. A little
Hmm.
bit different, but yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a really huge story. Yeah,
That's what type of traffic like there's a when I get asked a question like that, there's like a lot of context. There's like a whole backstory behind it.
sweet. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of those shows lately for context clues now. I know in high school I wasn't really paying attention. I was mostly just, I'm watching for entertainment, but now I'm getting to a certain age where I need to really start paying attention to these things because
Yeah,
there's
like you
probably a
you
lot of
want
stuff. There's a lot
to
of stuff I might have missed out on first. And it's like, oh, I want to understand more about the story, ask these certain kind of questions because and I like that you point out Himiko Toga for one thing, because when I was watching that episode, A Girl's Ego, season 7 of My Hero Academia, her parents treated her really bad. And like, why didn't y'all give her a chance? Like, why didn't you give her a chance first before she became into something worse?
it's like they were trying to make her normal, and that in and of itself was the problem. She, because of her ability, she will not be normal, like not be normal. But instead of trying to make her try to fit into society, what they should have did was like all parents should, because if you can't do what I'm about to say, don't have kids. Um, love your kid unconditionally, and they didn't love her unconditionally. They tried to make her normal, and she could not. She physically could not be normal because of her ability. And what they should have did was, okay, she has this ability. She can't help the way it is. She is. So let's try to like not make her normal, but work with that ability. Like, let her like try to find a way. Like, does it have like if I was Choga's mom, okay, does it have to be human blood? And if it does, maybe there's a way I can legally get it for you, or I'm just I'm being hyperbolic. I'm not saying or like okay, um, I'm not gonna like you could dress however you want, but just like I would try to have her be herself, but put her in a setting where she doesn't have to hide who she really is.
Hmm.
Um, before my mom disowned me, she did that for me. I had trouble fitting in, and she put me in a school be, where I not only would fit in, I would have an advantage because of the way my brain is. Um,
Yeah.
there's ways you could do it, but the problem is, well, that because my also had a learning disability, especially with my ADHD. Um, but they're like you're supposed to love your kid no matter what, and her parents just did not handle that situation. And it reminded me a lot of like my father because it's like I was like, damn, fucking got all these fucking child got all these problems. Like it's not even worth it. And then he did for God only knows how many years. I don't even know why I chased after him. I think that's why I also kind of hate Gong a little bit. Um, I don't hate Hunter x Hunter. I hate the character Gong himself because your father doesn't care about you. He said it like to your face, and I know he like tried to like ease up on it like when they were talking, but it's like he made it very clear. Like I don't know why. And then if my father told me I don't want to, I would have left. Cool, I'm gonna go do my own thing. I don't know why you had kids in the first place, but hey, you didn't you didn't want to like be my parent. Fuck it, I ain't gonna chase after you. And I hate going because I see a little bit. As much as I hate to admit it, I see a little bit of myself in him too because like I did that. I did chase after a father who made it very clear I do not want you. I
Mhm.
I I don't know why you chased after me. I was with him for 3 years. I almost committed suicide 7 times. Well, not over there. It was 4 times I was over there. 3 times I was in New York. But just that's why like when I see Gone, I'm just like it's a remind every time I see Gone from Hunter x Hunter. I like Hunter x Hunter. It's just seeing him just reminds me of like what I should have done or
Mhm.
should have not had done.
And sometimes in life, we just can't control the things we can't. We just have to do things to the best of our ability, which means we have to educate people as much as possible on these things. There's an old saying, now some people may not see it that way. Now, something my granddad used to tell me, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
I've been saying that so much lately with everything going on in the world. That's become a catchphrase. Like, man, ah, ah,
Yes. And I've been sticking with that catchphrase, like, I'll be willing to teach you, but I can't force you to do it. And that's how we have people out here, like in this industry, like cosplay and these VAs doing all this. Any career any career that you're doing, telling these amazing stories the best way y'all can, no matter how y'all do it, so we can get understanding.
right.
So I say keep like you told me so much, Emma, about how you do your cosplays. And I think your cosplays are that way of showing that you're telling stories out there, even at conventions. So keep doing that.
Yeah. I've had people, yeah, like I didn't realize how much people related to me and when they saw like how much of an advocate I am or like they've seen my cosplays and it's like it's kind of how I know I'm being shadow banned because it's like people have like when they see like how good my work is, they're like, "This is amazing! Oh my, you did all this by yourself." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's how I know because it's like I there was a time I thought my maybe the reason why my engagement has been flopping lately is like, oh maybe my content just sucks. Like nobody wants to watch it because like it's bad. And it's like then I'll show the video to somebody in person. They're like, they will like hit the floor laughing, and I'm like, no, no, it's got to be because it wasn't just one person. It was like multiple people, and I'm like, no, I'm being suppressed because there's no way. There's absolutely no way it's too like all these people find my content entertaining, but it's when I show it to them in person, but then when like I post it online, it's like they don't see it at all. Because they'll
Mm.
be like, hey, I'll ask them, hey, do you see my new video? They're like, no, why? Like, show it to me. And like just on the floor crying, laughing. But yeah,
Eh,
this is but also but yeah, aside from that, they being told I was an inspiration that man that really changed something in me because I'm just like wow I little old me that like I ain't shit like the fact that yeah I look up to me that with that much praise is like it feels like I'm doing something right. Maybe I'm not the failure that they I've been told that I've been, you know.
okay. Well, shoot, keep doing it. I like it.
Thank you.
So,
Pleasure.
um, let's go on to the next section, shall we? The content and internet culture. Okay.
Okay.
Um, now this one now, how has social media shaped the way you create and present your content? Part two. Do you ever feel pressure to follow trends or do you try to stay in your own lane?
I do a mix of both. I try to stay in my own. I try to create original content. The problem, but then the also problem is like I'll see a trend that I really really love, like um the video game loading screen trend. That one was like a personal favorite of mine. There's this trend, but I was too afraid to make videos at the time, where you would grab the light and the lights would be off, and then you like,
Mm,
and it goes, "I love you for infinity," and then like it comes out like that.
wow.
I want to like, there's a couple trends that I want to do that like I just like absolutely love. One of them was that. Another trend that I liked was the like, cause like I used to when I was in high school, I used to hate Dixie and Charlie D'Amelio because I was one of those kids, those little like those little shit kids that like, oh, they're just getting paid to do little stupid little silly TikTok dances. Like they like that it can't be that hard to dance, and they're getting paid millions. That shit bothered me. And then as I got older, I tried dancing. Like I tried doing the Astro slide, could not do it.
Mm,
I'm gonna eventually do it, but it was I couldn't. Like I realized how it looks simple. It's on camera, it looks easy to dance, but when you actually do it, it's like, oh no, doing it and looking at it is two different things. I have to look at the for me to learn to dance, I have to look at the video while I'm dancing. It would take me like 10, 20 times just to somewhat get it correct. It was like again, like the old saying, if you go back in time and say something, what if you could go back in time, say something to your younger self, what would you say? I wouldn't say anything. I would just slap the shit out of my little me because little me don't know what the hell they were talking about. Uh, man, I did a lot of shit that I would never do today. Ah man, that being one of them. Talking shit about uh creators that do dances. That's a lot harder than it looks. Um, but no, so there will be trends that I like absolutely love and I want to do them, and I feel pressure to like jump on it while the iron's hot
right.
to make sure that I get engagement for the trend. I try to make original content as well, um, which I've done a couple that have done well. Um, like there was like one or two of them at the top of my head that've done pretty well. Um, it depends. It's like a mix. It's a mix of things. It's like 50-50. There's some content I'll think of, I'll write it down like, oh, I want to do this. Then there's content where there's trends where it's like, or like there's a new one right now where it's like where like you look like you're about to throw up and you start posing and then they do a cosplay transition.
Right.
I want to do that one at um Capital City Anime Fest. I'm gonna do that. Um but it's gonna be Maki from JGK. Um I feel like that would be a good a cosplay transition. Another one that is sorry. Another one that that like I really like enjoyed, that like I fell in love with. Personal favorite of mine is when you do the cosplay transition, where you go like this and you put like one like a song that would fit the audio,
Right.
and boom, and then like and then like they make sure that they look fucked up in the face, like they look like they just woke up out of bed, no makeup, they look like bleh. But then when you do the transition, supermodel, like you went from like looking like shit to, oh my god, that's actually that character from that fucking anime, holy shit, you know. um and that's why I feel pressured to like jump on it whenever there's a new trend. But I'm not gonna lie, it is, sorry about that, it is hard.
You good.
Sometimes there will be multiple trends going on at once that you want to get to, and then there's original content you want to do. And so it's like, I spoke to Paris and I told her, hey, so like I'm severely backed up on content. How do you like, what's what's the trick? What do you do? And she's like, oh, I post like, I post like every other, I post like maybe like 3 4 times a day, and I make sure that like I separate them like every 2 hours. But I try to do it the day of the con or the day of or a said event. And I'm like, okay, you know. So it's like, or if there is a audio that's being used, I'll use that audio and try to make something original using that audio. But yeah, it's always 50-50. But like there's always like even as of right now, I have content from like the beginning of this year that I've yet to upload. Yeah. So I'm like trying to like, when you're backed up on content and then there's a new trend every five like every other day, it's like, damn, trying to like catch up is hard.
Well, I will also say this. It's not a competition. You know, you guys are all after the same thing. You're just trying to produce stuff that people really enjoy and just, go with it. And, I caught myself in that trap too. I was just so focused on just being known. But I've learned to slow down and just enjoy the small moments in life as well. So just keep that in mind too. It's okay to, don't be overwhelmed. Listen, social media can be draining. I will say that. Social media is draining, but you also have to stay grounded and
Right.
just protect your peace as well. If you see where I'm going with this.
Right. No, no, I do. I it's it's like I said, it's, you know what it is? It's as of lately, the reason um the reason why as of lately that the reason why I've been feeling pressured to like get the content to where it's supposed to be is because like my engagement has been bad. And I mean absolutely, like it I my account, I would go as far as to say my account is dying in terms of engagement. And that is why like I'll like, if there's a new trend, I try to jump on it ASAP. Or um and that's where the pressure comes in, because it's like, if my account wasn't being so suppressed engagement wise, I wouldn't be as pressured. I'd even take a break. But they just, yeah, you you know how these algorithms are. They're just very like demanding. Even though like, even though like they don't they'll purposely push down content where my content won't get seen unless I do something myself to actively push it out.
Right. That's right. And every day there's something new. I guarantee you, every day there's something new going on. But sometimes I try to keep track of everything and I just shoot, I'll post when I can, it's kind of hard. Listen, when my phone was backed up because CapCut took up all the space, I had to play catch up on my photos and videos because I was slowing down because I was like all backed up. So but I also learned to just take my time as well. Like I'll get to it when I can get to it. Stuff happens. And we all gotta remember it's like, it's about the ride, not the destination.
Yeah, right. I just, it's like I said, it's the reason why I have like that extra pressure is just they because how these algorithms are, and they're very like especially um uh I'm sorry, I just like
You're good. You're good.
no no um I'll be under pressure because these it's because like if I promise you if it wasn't for the fact that my engagement was doing poorly, I wouldn't even care about doing it like as fast as possible. I would take a break, do it when I get to it, you know.
Mhm.
Because like I am in it for like the memories and the vibes. It's just it is nice to get credit for your work, you know.
Right.
Like and that's why lately it's been like kind of bothering me with how bad my engagement has been because like I used to get accredited a lot for my work, like just random people saying how much they love my content, and it went from that to just like slow silence,
Hmm.
slowly coming silent, you know. And it's like, well, no, you know, I want to be seen a little bit, you know. I know it's you're supposed to have like with cosplay, you're supposed to have fun with it, but I want to be seen a little bit, you know, because you know a lot. You said it yourself, like I put a lot of work into my cosplays.
Hmm. And enjoy it. So take
Yeah.
it. Yeah, got it. All right. One last question will be in the next section, okay? What's something people don't realize about being a content creator in the cosplay space?
Ooh, I'm glad you asked me that.
Mm.
I like to use Seji as an example.
Okay.
When you have a platform, yes, it's good that people are you're making like especially if you become a pro cosplayer where you're making money for your cosplays and you're getting like gigs left and right, you know. Um maybe even eventually start your own business selling t-shirts or like and stuff like that. But when you have a platform, I like to quote the Uncle Ben from Spider-Man. Comes great power, comes great responsibility.
I think that's Spider-Man.
Yes. No, no. That's what I said. Uncle Ben from Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. I just said Iron
Yeah.
Man for a second. My
I
bad.
was like, did I say it wrong? Like,
You
um,
get.
so it's from Spider-Man. That phrase always stood with me since I was a kid. Um, and it still applies to today. When you have a platform, most of these cosplayers don't realize that, like, because they try to be apolitical. I'm not gonna say names, but like a lot of them I beef with because they try to like do this apolitical. I'll name some of them because some of them I just don't care because like they aggravate me beyond repair. Um, but when you have a platform, two things they forget: cosplay is political. It will always be political. Like I don't know how there could be people that watch One Piece and then be apolitical, especially that arc with Kuma. I don't know how anyone saw that and then didn't think that wasn't political. Like there was slavery in that, dude. Like, come on. So, and they don't do the right thing. They try to do this. Oh, I'm neutral, or I'm not, or I don't want to talk about this because it might hurt my account. And I get it because when you talk about certain things in politics, they Instagram and TikTok will like hit your account if you like bring up certain, you know, like those files or what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Um, and I get it. But at the same time, because you're a content creator, you have responsibility. And again, that's why I like Seiji and Tony Weaver Jr. because
Yeah.
you have to like okay, you have a platform. Now if you're new or like little or tiny like me, okay, fine. You like kind of be just wait till you get a little bit bigger. I'd say like maybe 100,000, maybe like 200,000. When you get like a lot, when there's no way your engagement can die, where like you have a fan base, especially if you're multi-platform. The
Mm.
problem is there's a lot of content creators where they do this like, oh, I refuse to talk about politics, but they'll talk about an anime that is heavily political. Attack on Titan. One Piece. Shit, like a friend of mine brought it up. Even Pokemon, there's politics in that, which I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's true. It's
Yeah.
true, and it's like I hate those content creators where um they put like animosity in me because it's like you have. I get it. That's you don't want your content to be strictly about politics, but you
Hmm.
should at least like briefly touch on it or say
Yes.
or like just say okay, I don't like that these group of people um are from this political party are abducting innocent people. That's wrong. Um, there was a situation with Imaru where a fan asked her, "So where do you stand with the ice situation?" And literally she goes, "Why are you going online asking a streamer about their politics? Like, are you okay? Get offline. Like, maybe you need to take a break, bro. Like, hello." Like, she was trying to like act all dumb. I cursed her out into oblivion. Like, I made a video. I cursed her. I was screaming. Like me and this other content creator, we ripped her a new asshole.
Wow.
Like we were. I was in like fuming like I was fuming. I'm like I. That's one thing I can't stand is like And then the other guy made a good point. Well, Emaru, he wants this person might be donating money to you. This person wants to know where you stand because maybe this is affecting this person personally. And if you are on their side or you just don't care, they don't want because like, and that's true. What if the guy is like a subscriber and you're making money off this person? I wouldn't want to give my money to someone and they're like evil as shit, which I've made that mistake before. And cosplayers like in a way, especially if you become big, you have a responsibility to use your platform for good.
Hmm.
If there's someone in the cosplay community um causing a problem, um you should call it out. I've called out a couple cosplayers. There was a Nazi sympathizer a while back that I called her and another cosplayer out. Um she got mad because she's like, "Oh, you calling me a Nazi?" No, Nazi sympathizer. I Google it. Google what the definition means because that's what you're doing. You know,
Right.
like you're mad because I'm calling a spade a spade. If I call you something, it's not because I'm being a bully. It's because that is the definitional term of what you're doing. Um,
Yeah. And there's a lot
so
of people out there who's doing this kind of stuff, you know. There it's intoxicating. You got so many
oh,
people out there, you know, who do these certain things. You know, I don't know if you follow Destiny Siren. I think you know who she is. You know, she's a friend of mine. We had a few episodes and everything. Um there was this well, first, have you heard well first, do you know Destiny Siren? Do you follow her?
yes, I do follow her.
Yeah,
I,
she's
I
a
was, I was
friend.
just checking because I was like, wait, do I? Because it does sound familiar. I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
wait, no, I am following her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a friend of mine. We're friends. We had a discussion back in season one talking about blackface, and we was also
Oh,
talk.
yeah, man, I
Yeah,
remember when Reggie called out that cosplayer.
yes, and then
Oh
we
man,
also and then we was having a Black Creators panel, and now we're actually about to do a collaboration episode. Because I don't know if you saw my post. There was this guy who was harassing my friend Laura Kurosaki, and he's been doing this for a while. His name is Zoggers. I don't know what his actual real name is. But on his shirt that I did that video on, it says, "I rape N-words for fun." And that's like, and I was like, I didn't say anything in that video because I put it in black and white.
oh, I think I did see that.
Yeah, that was the one that I did.
Yeah. Oh my God. See, this is why I'm not for debating my enemies. Some people just like need to disappear. I'm sorry, because it's like that. There's no justification for that. You can't that you can give me like, man. That's fucking wow. I don't know
Yes.
why. I don't know why it was slipping my head. It was when you brought up the black and white video. I'm like, wait a minute. No, he did do a video like that. What the photo? Yeah, like I'm like in my mind is clicking. I'm like, holy crap.
Yes, I did that video because my friend was in trouble, so I had to shout out about it. I usually don't do that, but in this case, I needed to.
See, it's I wish more content creators did like would do like what you would do, or Tony or Seji, because it's like it's there's that a lot wrong in the world, especially in just cosplay. I'm not even talking about just the cosplay community alone. There's already like a heap of problems in it, that by itself. But it's it's things like that that needs to be like done correctly, because it's like what happened with that other streamer. He somebody was being racist on his stream, and he was talking about like Pokemon cards,
Hmm.
and he was like, they say that when you make bad choices, you get consequences. Hi, I'm real life consequences. He got his name, his phone number, where he lives. Found out he was in the military, and like he's like, you're about to lose everything, and he like ruined this guy's life, and I'm which he as he should, because it's
Hmm.
like ah man, that puts the animosity of God in my soul to know that somebody actually thought that'd be a cool. Who builds that? Who makes shirts like that? What the so weird. Disturbing is the word I would use.
Well, like you said before, there's evil people in this world. So we just gotta be able, we gotta be able to cope and figure out how to, know what to do when we get into situations like that. Listen, there's always going to be a bad apple out there. We just got to figure out how to deal with it. And listen, I know it's exhausting. It's a never-ending fight, but we're stuck with it, so we have to navigate it until the end.
So I've come to terms scientifically. There will always be evil people. Where there's always light, there will always be dark. Where there is water, there will always be fire.
Hmm.
I've accepted that. The bit of frustration that I have is when we get those just there's just evil people, like just evil people, right? They're not being dealt with properly. Um, there are just people you can't just simply block them and they'll just go away. You have to do there. There has to be an action that has to be taken where like I said in a previous video I did. If somebody's canceled, it's because they're doing something they're not supposed to, and if they're canceled, then they probably deserve to be canceled. It's very rare that someone gets canceled and it's like, oh, they didn't. It actually turns out like they were being framed or some shit. It rarely ever happens. Um, and even then, it will be rectified. But the problem is, most of the time, those people who do said bad thing, they don't get no repercussions, and that's why there's a lot like even in just cosplay alone, there's a lot of cosplayers who have been who have done like some really scummy shit, and I saw them at MomoCon when I was over there, and I'm like, how are you able to walk around here free? Like, how has nobody like pressed you, you know? And that's why I made that video with the Itadori cosplayer. I was pissed because I'm like, wow, so we're gonna arrest the person that beat up the pedophile, but the pedophile himself, he's chilling. He ain't nobody gonna he's fine, you know. And I'm just like, I was mad because I'm like, wait, that so we'll arrest someone who's trying to stop the kid diddler, but not the kid diddler themselves.
Mm.
But a friend of mine explained to me a situation. He was like, uh, I'm not agreeing. I'm not. I didn't disagree with you because because that person deserved it. I'm for pedophiles getting slammed on. It's just he wasn't strategic about it. If I was there, I would have made sure like I did it, caught him off guard, or I would have tried to hand him over to the police. There was ways he could have did it without doing it publicly. And he explained it to me, and I was like, okay, no, okay, when you say it like that, okay, that makes sense. And I was like, okay, that you make a fair point. He's like, yeah, I'm never for defending pedophiles. It's just that's what was the point I was trying to make. I think it was misunderstood what I was saying, and I was like, oh, okay.
Mm.
And that's what got me thinking, like when we have these bad apples, as you said, it's they have to be dealt with properly. You can't just simply block them. That's like with the situation. That's just like the situation with Imaru, um, where I cursed her out. I didn't block her. I unfollowed her, but I blocked her, and I said, okay, yeah, you man, you're such an asshole, bro. Like just stop. I told her straight out, stop cosplaying, because then I've always said this. If you do not understand the character that you're cosplaying, you shouldn't cosplay them. Don't even watch
Mhm.
anime. I don't know how you could watch anime and then think, oh yeah, I'm just like this character. I've said I made a video a while back that if this character was real, they and they met you, they saw who you were, what your values were, and that you were cosplaying them, they would hate you. They would tell you, take that fucking shit off. You do not represent my ideals.
Mm. And if I can add on to that, I actually just uploaded a something on my story before I got on here to talk to you. Anime news guy Brandon Bullock, the people were going crazy at Toei Animation for posting Happy Pride Month yesterday. It's been receiving a lot of backlash. You even have people who are making a fake Dragon Ball Super official account with a Goku serious face, like all that stuff with a question mark. But here's the thing: Luffy and Goku, the face of Toei Animation, Luffy is fighting for freedom for all. Like, why y'all? And they just kept attacking Toy Animation yesterday for posting that Prime Month post.
It just goes to show you that I agree with Senchi when he said this is a hot take, but I don't believe cosplay is for everyone because there are just some evil people that are cosplaying that should not cosplay. And I agree with him because it's like I bet you those same mofos that attack Toy Animation for saying Happy Pride are the same people who cosplay like Spider-Man or I saw a video of someone who was MAGA in a Spider-Man suit, and I went in the comments like, man, he's lucky Spider-Man was not real. He would have like ripped those clothes right off because it's like Peter would not have any of that if he was real. Like you're a whole white supremacist wearing a Spider-Man cosplay. What is wrong with you? Like, like how do you connect being racist and Spider-Man who fights racists? How do you connect those two? I don't get it. Um,
Make it make
and
sense.
yeah, like, it just there's no the logic in this world is gone from what I can see. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you. The logic is gone because they're like people do some like dumb, and I mean dumb shit. So it's like those same people who were probably attacking Toy Animation are the same people who cosplay like Deku, Spider-Man, um, like Dante, and it's like or Luffy even, and it's like,
Hmm.
why are you cosplaying? You don't
Yeah.
understand. You do not, or Attack on Titan. You do not understand the characters you're cosplaying.
Don't
You
even get me
you.
started with Gotchi Agata when they were attacking that creator after the anime awards.
Oh my God! Yeah. Oh
Yes.
man. Yeah,
Don't get
these
me started with
people.
that. I did a video on that as well after
I
Brandon.
have a
Yeah, me
oh,
me and anime news guy and I we're friends. We're friends. So I was like, have you ever seen the latest news of what's going on with that show? Yeah, I did his video on one of mine. And yeah, me and him are friends.
oh, that's awesome. I'd like to meet him one day. Um,
Mm,
they what was I gonna say?
mm,
Um, it's yeah. There's
mm.
there's just a lot of people that are in the cosplay slash anime community that like I don't understand why they like the characters they do, and then in real life they do some like they would be if they were in that anime they would be a villain. It just doesn't make sense, and it's just I was talking to my friends about it, and I'm like, Like there was somebody online who said it with a straight face, the straightest face ever. Oh, if Superman was real, he would have supported ICE.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not gonna.
Because when
I'm
James
not
Gunn did
gonna.
that movie, when James Gunn did that movie, that was like adapted to like for people in Palestine and everything. That's why James Gunn, they were saying Superman was too woke.
I'm not gonna say how I feel about those people because I don't want to get banned. Just know that like they bring out the actual demon in me with what I'm thinking.
Mhm.
Because it's like it's that same anger is the same anger I have when conservatives watch my spicy content. But then meanwhile, when they get back on their like regular channel, like Instagram or whatever platform they use, and therefore eliminating trans people, and but then wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. It's, that doesn't make sense. Why are you? How can you want to eradicate me and my people or me not have rights, but you when nobody's looking, you're like watching my and enjoying, if you catch my drift, my content.
Mhm.
If I had the ability to, if I found out which conservative is watching my content, I would ban you from ever watching anything LGBT related. You can't even watch like if you like lesbians, lesbian porn. I wouldn't even let you watch that because it's like you can't advocate for the destruction of something, but then want the content of its contents. That doesn't make any sense.
Mhm.
That angers me more. Hypocrisy is one of my biggest pet peeves. Um, I don't know if you heard when Charlie Kirk bit the bullet. It came out that he spent $30,000 on a trans spicy content creator, and I'm like I'm not shocked. And you could Google this too. I always tell people if you don't believe me, you can just Google it. I'm going off of what my sources are telling me, and it's like, man, you deserve what happens to you, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Mhm.
seriously. I did lose followers when I said that. Like, no, he deserved what happened to him, but I don't care because it's like, again, people gotta come to terms with evil people do exist,
Mhm.
and some people just should not, and some people should just not. We don't even live in a world of superpowers, and there's people that are so dangerous just off of their ideology alone that alone is what's destroying this world. Um, and I could prove it. They found out there was an online website like I think it was called like Motherless or something, and it was teaching men how to rape women, and there
Yeah,
and
I've heard about that. I've heard about
yeah, and
that.
there was like 65 or 85 million.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like, so just imagine. So it's like, bro, the fact that 85 mil and like that's what I mean by we don't even live in a world of where there's superpowers and like people like flying around with like abilities and shit. There's people just the way they think alone is dangerous. The way they think and how they propagandize the way they think, that alone is dangerous. Because why the fuck you got 85 million people on that site? And it's like, eh. and and that's why I hate content creators that don't touch on those topics, that website or politics, or just if there's something bad in the community, or if there's a con doing something bad that they shouldn't be doing. You if you have a platform, use it for good. I get it. If you're a content creator that's making money, if you're monetized or you're trying to sell a brand, I get it. But there has to be a point where you say, okay, is the money worth my morality
Mhm.
to not say anything? And for some of them, they are. They're the definition of don't meet your heroes because they're not what you think they are. I met a couple cosplayers that I've not only wanted to meet, hoped in the future I can collab with, and we touched on this per our last conversation. and they just turned out to be the like scummiest. I felt like Starlight when she met Queen Maeve is just like, damn, like I felt so like let down. Hasn't happened all the time, but sometimes it did happen. It like really crushed my soul a little bit.
I understand. I understand. Well, shit. Well, hey, we'll do the best we can to tell these stories. We have mass funds. We'll do our best.
Well,
Shoot,
that
if it, oh, go ahead.
that's why like I'm also like upset with my engagement. Just not to just to touch a little bit on the previous question on the question. Why I want my and why I'm trying to become like a big a pro cosplayer. It's not really about the money for me. I want to prove that you can be a pro cosplayer, or like a kind of like an influencer, a famous influencer, and still do the right thing. You can
Mm-hmm.
still, I can do the spicy content, I can do the funny content, be huge, and still do the right. You can and still do the right thing. You can make that bag, and also do the right thing, with without sacrificing your morals. And that's why I'm trying my best to increase my engagement and get myself to like maybe 100K, because I want I want people, so that way when there's another content creator like, oh, if I like talk about politics or morality and stuff, I'll lose money and stuff, and it's like, and I can easily prove you wrong using myself as an example. Always set an example, and that's what I've been doing this entire time I've been cosplaying. That's why it takes up 80% of my life, because I um I like to set an example. Um and that's why I have an issue with people like emo, people like there's a few other cosplayers I take issue with, that they just, if I got to know them personally, I would probably call them out in a video, because I know they're scummy ass people. You can make it big, and there's always ways. It'll be harder, I'm not gonna lie about that, but you can make it big without sacrificing your morals. If you have a platform, be like Tony Weaver Jr., be like um Seiji, um be like all these content creators that call out the bullshit. Don't be afraid to say this is wrong. Fuck ICE. That we're under fascism, or that just do the right thing. You can. I get it. We're all scared of. You think Spider-Man's not scared when he's fighting these villains that could like freaking kill him, or when they no, they're scared because like they could die. Spider-Man did die in one of the movies. I think it was the first Into the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
I think he died a couple times actually. Well, thankfully he doesn't perma die. Um, they're scared, but they know, okay, I'm scared. I could die, but I know I have to do the right thing. There's this one comic I saw online where Spider-Man was like, I'm tired. I just want to go home. Can I just like maybe for tonight, like just for tonight, let this villain be somebody else's problem. I'm hungry, I'm tired. I just wanna like I just want this day to be over. Like he's all beaten up. And he was like, no, you know what? No. At the end of the day, I'm Spider-Man. I have to do what is right. I have to stop this. As much as I would love to go home because I'm scared, I have to be brave and stop this person.
Hey,
Um,
same thing with that the TV show Danny Phantom when he was fighting Undergrowth. Oh, Frostbite was saying fear is natural, Danny Phantom. Charging the battle despite the fear is what makes someone a hero. A hero must believe that he will win.
I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right.
Hey, I be watching my shows.
Yeah. God, I gotta rewatch Danny Phantom. I love that. I love that show as a kid. But yeah. So it's like, so yeah, I get it. We're all scared, but but at the end of the day, you have to do the right thing. Otherwise, if you don't do the right thing, don't cosplay Ochako. Don't cosplay Deku. Don't cosplay at all. Especially don't cosplay Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Luffy is not a superhero. but he's a pirate, but he still does. Most people don't understand this. Luffy is not a superhero, but he does do the morally correct thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was an episode explaining that where like he was learning manners with Ace, you know, and it's like if you ever cosplay Luffy and you're conservative you're um or you're apolitical, forget don't stop buying the manga. Support. You don't understand Luffy and him as his whole crew would hate you. Luffy would punch you the way he punched that celestial dragon.
Mm.
There was a reason why they made that scene so like with so much emotion because it's like he everybody was afraid to punch the celestial dragon because you get the world government on you. Luffy did not give a flying fuck, and I would have went above him a little further instead of just punching him, but that's just me.
Gotcha.
He he knocked the lights out of this guy for doing those horrible things. Um, and if you like Luffy and you're not willing to do what Luffy did, that's when I'll tell you. I'll sound like a little bit of a bully, but give up.
Gotcha.
Stop cosplaying because you don't go rewatch One Piece because you didn't understand shit or read or what you understand what you read if depending on if you read or saw the anime or read the manga, you didn't understand shit. I just wish more people would be like more like Tony Weaver Jr. and do the right thing. Stop being afraid of like, oh, we're being demonetized or or like, oh, my, I don't want my audience to hate me. If you're, I don't want Nazis or conservatives following me. You don't like what I have to say? Get the fuck off my platform.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't be afraid to tell them, I don't want your support. Like, I don't know why it's like that hard. Like, and that's why people like those cosplayers, they piss me off. Because it's like, to think some of them I really want in the future. Like, there was a time that some of these cosplayers, I wanted to work with them. I wanted to, um, maybe like a photo, a selfie with them, or or collab even. Some of these cosplayers are just, like you said, fucking evil.
Right.
You can be evil, but like you ever heard the term to stand in silence is to stand with the oppressor?
Yeah.
If you stay in silence with everything going on in the world and you're not saying anything, you're just as bad as the act. You're yes, you are just as bad. Let me ask you a question. If you saw someone get murdered, like there was a murder going on in front of you, you didn't want to get involved because you want to just go home. A cop come. Do you know what would happen if you witnessed a crime and you just left the scene?
Yeah.
Right. A cop will come to you and be like, "Hey, so we're taking you to court because you witnessed this crime and you didn't say nothing." Like you
Yeah.
can't get in trouble for like not for witness if you see a crime and not witness and they caught you on camera watching what happened. You just like walked on by. Do I wish it was a law that was enforced more? Yes, even though it's not, but still. The point is that you are complacent with your silence, and it shows who you really are as a person. You cannot like Spider-Man or Superman, and if they were in that same scenario, in Spider-Man 2, when he lost his powers, he really could have died. He had no powers. He still jumped in that building to save that little girl.
Mm-hmm.
It was a blaze of fire. And no powers, Spider-Man, just regular Peter Parker. He saved someone's life. It's like that's why like I said that's why I live by that ideology. If you're a cosplayer or an influencer and you cannot like some of these characters because I promise you if these characters are real, they would not like you. I don't care how pretty I don't care how pretty you are, how famous you are, how funny you are, they would not like you.
Mm. Right. Shoot, gotta do the best we can in these situations. Like, say something, like just make a short video or something. As long as you're putting out the awareness, people will respect that.
Exactly.
So,
But
um,
that's rare nowadays, unfortunately. Like it's not common anymore. Like it's
yeah,
very rare for people, especially cosplay or pro cosplayers or influencers, to do the right thing. They just it's like expert level difficulty hard for them to do the right thing.
yeah. Well, I think I wanted to let you get that off your chest before we continue. I didn't want to interrupt anything. So,
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just wanted to. I finished with everything I had to say. I just had to like go in
get
detail
it
with
out.
that. It's like, yeah,
Well,
because it's like it is something I've held inside of me for a long time that I feel like had to be said because it's like some of these cosplayers make me want to like just do a whole mini series of me just cursing them out and why I'm cursing them out.
yeah. And listen, I let you guys preach. I don't say nothing. So,
I appreciate that.
yeah. Well, we're getting close to the end here. Are you enjoying our discussion so far?
Oh yeah, ever since we had the discussion prior, like it's been easy to talk to you because like now I got a vibe of like of like how you are, and it's like oh, so when I jumped on the call, I was like oh, what's up, how you doing, you know,
Yep.
like, we had like a little pre-discussion prior to the actual discussion, so it's like you know
Right. All right. So this next one's going to be identity and self-expression, and this is going to be a three-part question. Okay.
okay.
Now, how has cosplay helped you explore or express different sides of yourself? Part two. Do you feel more confident when you're in cosplay versus just being yourself on camera? Part three. What does self-expression mean to you in a world where so many people are watching and judging?
So I that for as much as I love the cosplay community and it has its problems, I do love it because it does give me a sense of empowerment. Like the fact that I have people, granted my engagement has been low, I the fact that I have people tell me like, "Oh my God, you're really beautiful." Like, but I'm gonna shock you when I say this. There was a time I thought I couldn't do Ellen Joel or Miku. Um, I was very intimidated when I saw other cosplayers and they're like so much prettier than me, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do this cosplay because like I look nothing like that. I can't even put on contacts. I have to Photoshop in my the colored eyes. Uh, and then when I get people telling me like, oh my God, um, you are so beautiful. Like I've had people hit on me because of like
Mm,
how pretty they like, oh my God, like you're so pretty, I can't. Um, like then people love. I finally did Ellen Joel, and I did Miku, and
mm-hmm,
like no, and people love when I do those cosplays. Like it's a fan favorite. My fans absolutely love when I cosplay those characters. Um, and it made me love myself more. Like I could look at myself in the mirror without like hating myself because it's empowering. It makes me feel powerful, especially when I'm doing like the more stronger the cosplays. I mean, like Android 21, or if I'm doing a Maki, or well, I haven't done this one in a while, but Sakura. Um, like I love doing like the more powerful characters, and it gives you that sense of like, damn, like, and that's why I work out. That's why I'm like kind of like when earlier I mentioned I haven't worked out or trained. It's because
mm-hmm,
I like to be as strong as the character I'm cosplaying as. If that's
mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
Um,
sense. It makes sense.
yeah. So it's like it because cosplay. A lot of cosplayers have said this. Cosplaying and watching anime has motivated them to, and that's why like you see a lot of cosplayers like they're physically fit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I am one of those, um even though I had to do surgery, that's why I kind of cheated a little bit. But granted, it was because I was getting a little bit of dysphoria on the bottom half of my body. Um, but aside from that, I do train, I do work out, and it does empower me even when I'm out of cosplay because it's like at the end of the day, they love my cosplays, but they love that it's me cosplaying this character.
Hmm.
Just recently I did a photo shoot where it was just me. There was no cosplay. It was just me. Me. Like but I was dressed very like in a nightclub outfit. Um, but I felt empowered because it's like, damn, they know it's me in and out of cosplay, and that's where the empowerment comes. Like, oh, you make a great Ryoku. Oh, you make a great. I love your Miku, or oh, I love your Ira, um, or whatever character I'm cosplaying as, or and especially when it's someone bigger than me saying they love my cosplay, it's like C player, I met her at Cats. I haven't spoken to her in a while though. It's been like fucking minute. Um, to be fair, it's just I don't like some of the people she's hanging out with. Um, but it's not for me to judge. The When I went to go say hi to her when I first met her, she loved my Carnage toga. She called me her twin. And I'm like, really? And mind you, this was before I had the face surgery. Like right now, there's no filter. It's just like I have a little bit of eyeliner, but
Okay.
this is how I look now. Before I looked a little bit, you know, but that was before I had the surgery. And I shit you not, she goes, "Oh, like you, like oh my twin, like you got like the cool little picture." I was like, "Oh, well, I'm Toga, but I love your burners." And she's like, "Oh wow," and we took a photo together, and it was like, you know, uh, she looked absolutely amazing. And the fact that someone way bigger than me, we're not even comparable in size, she's loving my cosplay. Or when I met Dragon, she also loved my Carnage Soga. It's like when people that are even bigger than me, or like um tell me that they like my work, it's like, okay, so I must be doing something right, because you know they're not gonna just say that, you know
I
just
understand.
because. So like I went through a whole conversation about it, which is why it sucks I'm not going to X. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, it does feel it is cosplay has empowered me a lot and has made me more braver than what I used to be. Um, I know, especially when like you cosplay a certain character. Believe it or not, there was this one con that I went to, Kineticon. I was the only reze there the entire um the entire con for both days. And I was shocked. There was no Makima and there was no Reze. I was shocked.
Right.
It's like unheard of. Like you always see at least one or two Makimas. There was like maybe one Makima, and it was at an after party for the Kineticon. Me and her are friends, but it's like I was just shocked. But then a bunch of people because I was only Reze there, people just kept coming up to get a photo with me. I'm like, oh, um, I think the best confidence that I got from it was when I was Supergirl. No, yes, it was no, no, yes, it was super. I was Supergirl, and this kid made a beeline for me. And I'm thinking, wait, is she coming after me? And she starts hugging me, and she goes, "Mom, mom, mom, I please, can I get a picture with a Supergirl?" And she goes like, "Oh, I love you so much," and I'm like, I was in the middle of a photo shoot, mind you. This was happening. And she was like, "Do you mind if my daughter takes a photo?" Yeah, sure. And I had to tell the photographer to give me a minute because I started crying because I was in tears. Then the second time it was happening was also at Kineticon.
It's okay. It's okay to cry.
Yeah, was this little Nesco cosplayer. She couldn't find. So there was a Demon Slayer meetup. So all the Tanjiros were. I couldn't find it though. They moved the schedule when I was looking for it and I couldn't find it.
Mhm.
I was so mad. I'm like, yo, wait, I can't. I was even on time for the meetup. I could not find it to go to the Demon Slayer meetup, and I was upset. So I guess this little girl, she was also looking for the Demon Slayer meetup, and she couldn't find it. So she was just looking for any Demon Slayer she could find. So she found I was a gender bent female Tanjiro. She ran up. She's like, "Dad, please, I need a picture. I need a picture of her." and like she was like she just would like not let go.
Wow.
And I was like, and and then she was like, "I'm sorry about that. My daughter's like very clingy." I'm like, "No, it's fine. It means a lot to me that she likes my cosplay." Um, and like once again, I had to like take a breather, like 'cause I was crying a little bit because like the fact that, and then then the third time it happened was when I was with my fiance and we were at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. We were Deco and Ochako. Whole group of kids ran, tumbled us. Like I was like, and I was like, and I was like shocked. And we took photos with them. And I was like, I asked him like, "Hey, how does it feel to have your first like to that now that you know what that feels like?" Because that happened to me twice already before. And he goes, you could tell he was trying to fight back the tears. But it makes you it gives you like this feeling of like you can do anything when you cosplay. Um, like even out of cosplay, I feel like you know I know because I'm pretty enough even because I'm if I'm pretty out of cosplay, cosplaying just makes me more prettier, and it gives me that's where that confidence comes from, where I can cosplay, where like when I go into a party and I'm not in cosplay, because I know that if I go cosplay, I'll look what 10 times better in cosplay. But it's like it's telling myself I'm pretty enough by myself as Emma, so when I do this character, everyone's gonna love this character,
Mm.
and it gives me this like sensation of like I feel not just powerful, but like if I could do this, I could then the sky's the limit for me. Um, could you repeat the three questions again? I just want to make sure I covered each topic.
Let's see. How has cosplay helped you explore or express different sides of yourself? Part two was, do you feel more confident when you're in cosplay versus just being yourself on camera? And part three, what does self-expression mean to you in a world where so many people are watching and judging?
So okay, so I said the two ones. I'll touch on the last one. The cosplaying means what it means to me in a world that's judgmental. It shows that like you can be. It's important like in a way because you're being indifferent. It allows other people who feel indifferent to realize, oh, this person is as indifferent as me. This person's like me for real, and I shouldn't be ashamed of who I am. And it's like there's always going to be people who like to judge, who like to tread on people's happiness, and that's why it's also important to for people like me to overcome it and show like, no, you can't fuck what that guy says. Be yourself. Be weird. Weird is the new normal. Um, so you know, in a world that's very judgmental, especially in what the type of world we live in now, um, where you got like authority, where we're under authoritarian, sorry, under authoritarianism, it's very important to be yourself to because you might inspire people, other people who don't know how to do it themselves to continue to be themselves to because maybe because of you being brave, it will inspire them to be the next big thing. And by thus just them being themselves. The idea is you want to inspire the people the way you would have wanted to be inspired. Um, and that's why it's very important in a world that's very judgmental. Um, because you know I don't want to bring it up because it's like it was a really bad situation. But we talked about last time about what happened to Squid Kid.
Yeah.
Um, that I stand by what I said. I wish I knew her because if I knew her, I not only I would have tried to prevent her from um, self exiting, but I've also would have made it my. I still am. I'm making it my business to make sure that doesn't happen. What happened to Squid Kid doesn't happen again. But I would have been like more outspoken about it. Like, yo, this person um doesn't deserve. She did not deserve to feel like that. She did not deserve to feel like she was not enough, and nobody should
Mhm.
feel like they're not enough. I know there's been times that like I've wanted to quit cosplay. I've thought about quitting cosplay, or I've thought about just leaving, disappearing because because I'm very like intimidated because like I'm seeing my enemies succeed. I'm struggling, and then on top of that, then there's someone then I have people hating on me for no reason. Um, then every time I have a plan, something goes wrong. But at the end of the day, I have to I because of people reaching out to me like, no, please don't give up because after I did that video during the Vegas incident, um,
Mhm.
I've had people reach out like, please don't quit cosplay. Um, there is bad apples a lot of bad apples in the cosplay community, but this community would not be the same without you. You've been a light in the dark, is what I've been told, and you know, and it'd be sad to see you go. It wouldn't feel the same. So, I did overcome it, but I have thought about it, and that is why it is important because um the big 2026, nobody should be judging anybody, but unfortunately, there are people who are just assholes. So the only way to overcome those people is for someone like me, despite all the hate comments, despite all the transphobia, all the BS, just keep prevailing, keep posting your content, keep going, no matter what,
Peace and
until
love
you.
over hatred.
Yes, my ex Arena, who was also an Ariana Grande fan, she got this from Ariana Grande during the bombing incident. I think it was in Boston like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think so. I think I remember it vaguely.
Yeah, she said, I believe what she said was, when there's a lot of hate, you ask yourself, how do you fight that? You fight it with love. So that's the only way you fight hate. You fight hate with love, light with dark, water with fire. There's always
Right.
a counterbalance to something in the world. It's just a matter of how you go about it.
Right.
And that always stuck with me when she said that, Um, and that is why even though despite all the drama in the cosplay community, I've tried my best to continue to push my content out there, help other content creators, so on and so forth.
Mhm.
Because I have too much to lose to just give up. And the last thing I should ever let anybody do is have me give up because someone that I probably don't even give a fuck about judge me. And that same rule should apply to any of my other fans.
It, exactly. Keep
Although I'm not
doing.
gonna lie, there've been times fucking that there's some people say some shit that does get under my skin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Keep doing that, Emma, and I'll keep doing the same thing too.
Right.
The best way I can. Um, we're at the finale now, so let's go ahead and get this thing done. The two-part question, growth and future. Now, where do you see your content and brand going in the next few years? Part two, if someone watching wants to start cosplaying but feels intimidated, what would you tell them?
So I don't mean to sound like a doomer. That depends on how everything goes in the next few years because there's a lot going on in the world where because earlier this year I had to after everything going on in politics, I had to determine whether am I going to stay in the United States or am I going to have to flee the country. But if I do stay in the United States, um, my thing is that I would like my content to, depending on how things go, it's not looking good right now, but I would like my content to go viral and be an inspiration to people, especially people that feel like they're not enough. They you know, I it's like I said before my when you asked me previously um about when it comes to content creators, I and not only I want to go viral and like be like a pro cosplayer, I would like to prove that yes, you can be a pro cosplayer without getting rid of your morality. And if I can become viral or a famous influencer, I can maybe um, prove, just like the way Tony Weaver Jr. did or Seiji did, um, that yes, you can do the right thing without sacrificing your morality. It's hard. I know it's hard. Just speak from experience, but that is why you can't give up. Um, so hopefully, if I keep doing what I'm doing, nonstop posting content, um, um, once in a blue moon boosting my content. Hopefully, eventually, I'll get to like maybe 100K. I'm hoping, and
Hmm.
hopefully from there to like I'll like blast off. Um, so that way I could prove yes, I was able to make it, but I didn't have to be a shitty person like Imaru or these other cosplayers that I won't say their names. Without like, because there is ways we could do it. It's just people give up their morality because they want to take the easy way.
Hmm.
But I don't mind going the hard way if it means I did it correctly. If I can still talk about like what's going on in politics, why you should why conservatives shouldn't be allowed in the cosplay community, and here's why, um, and then have like my whole list of why they're problematic, or at least if not conservatives, at least MAGA, at least. I'll even simplify it. Um, um, because I feel like the conservatism is what leads to the racism, in my opinion. Uh, not really an opinion, but still. Um, but yes, and that is why, and if, hopefully in the future, I would like to see. It'll be harder because I'm not on TikTok anymore because fucking Palin's here, taking over TikTok. I envy those who are still on TikTok because I eh, just miss it so much. Same thing with Instagram. That's why I hope that they make like a new platform that's not like right wing owned. But hopefully, if that does happen, I can maybe like make content, make my content go viral, and then from there, I can be an inspiration not just for trans people, but for people who feel indifferent, people who feel like they can't make it. Like, look, I I used to like my content used to flop hard. Went from thousands to hundreds. Don't know what happened, but don't give up because now I'm back up. Now I'm back up on the top, and you can too. Um,
Okay.
like Adam Killer said, I don't want to gatekeep. I want everyone to experience what I'm feeling, where where you can make it. Um, I'm in a career job. I work in a hospital. I then I do then on top of that I do spicy content. Then on top of that now I'm trying to go pro as an influencer. And so far I'd like to say I'm doing pretty well. Um, for those who are intimidated when they're starting out cosplay, there are ways to buy inexpensive cosplays. There's ways, one thing Helix Links taught me was like thrift shops. Um, just learning how to like make the cosplay like look like the character. Where you're on a budget. She made a cosplay that cost like maybe like $12, and it was from I believe it was from um Fallout, um, which was impressive. $12. Like, what damn links like shit, like criminal that she didn't go viral yet. Well, no, I think she did a couple times. I could be wrong. My memory's a little fuzzy. Um, Also, don't make the mistake. I would tell my fans or anybody who's new to cosplaying, don't make the mistake I did. Don't compare yourself to others. That is why for a long time, even though I do Ellen Joe like every other day, um, do not compare yourself. I know it's hard because you see like these pretty cosplayers or like these good looking cosplayers, and you think to yourself like, damn, I don't even know if I want to do that cosplay no more because I can never look like that. Like I would, don't do that because it, as it turns out, I've had people tell me you make a great Ellen Joel or you make a great Miku. Um, just my advice to them would be just do it, and then to make yourself, if you want to make sure you perfect it, every time you cosplay that character, what insert character that you want to cosplay as, try to edit the cosplay each time you go to a new con or an event. Make it better than it was the first time. Like learn how, that's what I did. Learned how to style wigs. I learned how to photo edit. I learned how to edit cosplays, especially if they're like a little too tight on me. I've learned to like I'm soon gonna buy a sewing machine. Um, I've learned how to um like fix broken cosplays, um, or combine certain cosplays. Don't don't ever compare yourself. Um, everybody's different. Nobody's the same, and you might bring a special look to a character that has not been done before. Um, but you would never know because you keep comparing yourself. Because I've made that mistake. That's why I haven't done Ellen Joel or Miku or and this is gonna sound crazy, but there was even a time that I didn't want to do or not didn't want to do. I didn't think I can do Adam Eve, especially after all the hate comments I was getting for it. Um, but no, when you cosplay, that's why I love Prince Guzman. I don't know if you know who that is. Um, he said that he made a video saying like when it comes to cosplay, it's always good to have different facial features. Do not let the way you look bother you, because there's no such thing as I did the cosplay correctly. You can make your own, do your own style, do your own version, do your like. It's cosplaying is an art form. You're just doing that art form with your body. So to that, I would say is like just continue to like when you cosplay. Even if you don't get that much love for it, keep cosplaying because eventually, and then try to make it better than it was first time. Like like learn how to like sew a little bit because then you never know. There might be that one cosplay that you do that you think you couldn't do before, and it might even go viral.
Okay.
But you'll never know because you keep comparing yourself, and that was a mistake I did. And that's what I did with my Ellen Joel. I did Ellen Joel. I was super scared. I was with Stephanie, and she and my all my friends came to cheer me on when I did the photo shoot. Like all the other photographers, all my friends, Aurelis was there, everybody was there, and like everybody giving me tips on what I should do, and I loved how the photos came out. Um, then when I did modded Ellen Joe from like when they modify the characters, that one I did recently was like everybody loved that one because that one was like very like simple yet complex at the same time. But that's what I did. I kept upgrading it. I changed the wig. I styled it, and I even cut it a little bit to make sure her bangs were done correctly. And yeah, that's never compare yourself. Everybody's different. Um, and and it
Comparison
might
is the thief of joy.
yes, and that's why. But it's because it's different. That's why everybody loved it so much. That's why people love my cosplay. It's because it's different. It's because, and that's what I realized I did wrong. It's because I don't look like you. I'm doing my own thing, but you can still, it's, you could tell it's the same character, but it's different. But at the same time, it's different, and that's what they love about it. It's different but same at the same time. Don't make that mistake I did, and keep cosplaying that character. And if you don't love it at first, keep upgrade. Think of it like a video game character. You got to upgrade it each time you use the character.
Right.
And
Exactly.
then, and yeah, and that's also a reason why I want to go viral, because I would love telling stories like these of like, hey, don't feel like that. I used to feel like that too. You don't have to feel like that. Trust me. And as someone as big as me, um, that would be future me talking. You could you could definitely do it.
Gotcha. All
It's a matter
right.
of determination. How determined are you to want to be that character
Right.
or cosplay that character, however you view it?
Right. Well, I guess that wraps up everything. How did you like our discussion today?
Oh, this was great. This was way more interactive than the previous interview that I had. No disrespect to those people. It's just this one was a lot. Like I had a little bit of more freedom to talk.
Yeah, it's fine.
Uh,
Listen, I want my people to preach. I want my
yeah,
guests to preach. Okay.
yeah,
I want the whole enchilada here.
yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed this interview. Like, kind of spilled my guts out a little bit too much, but
It's okay.
either way,
It's okay.
I enjoyed it.
Thanks.